What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the December 27, 2024 edition of the SmackDown LowDown. Megan Morant and Sam Roberts in the studio opening up the episode, replaying the closing segment from the show where they made it official: Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship and the Winged Eagle belt, which we probably won't see after that, let's be honest. But it's a double belt match, I guess you could say, at the Royal Rumble. They also run down the big headlines from Friday's show, which there weren't a whole fucking lot of them. It was a pretty throwaway show, in my opinion. I talked about it in full on the channel here yesterday, so check it out when you get a chance. They replayed the 6-woman tag team match won by Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, earning Naomi apparently another shot at the WWE Women's Championship on next week's SmackDown for some odd reason. She didn't pin Nia Jax in that match. Bianca actually pinned Nia in a singles match on Raw a month ago, and that was not acknowledged again after that, so whatever, I guess. But they preview Nia Jax and Naomi for the WWE Women's title on next week's first SmackDown of 2025. Sam Roberts teases, maybe Bianca was the one who attacked Jade, and going off of what Nia Jax said on SmackDown about Jade Cargill being the new star and Bianca maybe getting jealous of that. That was the story that we all built up when, A, the initial injury attack angle happened, but B, also when the feud kind of was going to come to fruition anyway. We had pitched that many, many months ago, not like me, specifically, but we all did. So the fact that Nia pointed it out and the fact that Sam Roberts also doubled down on that here means that it was not Bianca. So just to kind of clear that up. Them honing in on Bianca being the one who attacked Jade makes it all the more obvious that it was Naomi, which is totally fine by me. They replayed Chelsea Green's Women's United States Championship celebration, which was interrupted by Michin. We hear from Michin backstage here with Byron Saxton. She says that she's feeling chaotic, crazy, and impulsive. She says that at Saturday night's main event, it was her against both Chelsea Green and Piper Niven who got involved in the match and cost her the win and allowed Chelsea Green to become the inaugural Women's United States Champion. She introduces her kendo stick, Kendrick, that's what she calls it. We've seen Kendrick, quote-unquote, on the shows before, so this was nothing new, but she says that Chelsea Green has a target on her back, and she wants that U.S. Championship. She says that 2024 was the year of recognition and showing the world what she can do. 2025 is all about redemption for Michin. They replayed the Profits beating Los Garza in a good match, a filler match, because it was pretty obvious that it was fucking DIY who attacked them, not these guys. Montez Ford says when we hear from him backstage that DIY made the mistake of attacking the Street Profits, and their biggest mistake was not finishing the job. B-Fab says that they will get those titles, and they will get their revenge. And that was pretty much it. So they weren't as aggressive here as they normally are. They were aggressive and serious. They weren't joking around. But we've seen more intense promos from them in the past on this show. Sam Roberts says that Apollo Crews cannot be trusted because Apollo Crews was the one on SmackDown this week who said, I saw the whole thing and it was DIY, not Los Garza. To which I said in my SmackDown audio review yesterday here on the channel, why the fuck wouldn't he say something sooner? The attack happened 3 weeks ago. We know why Pretty Deadly didn't say something sooner because they won a tag team title shot. They knew what they were doing. And obviously they didn't even say it was DIY. They said it was Los Garza to get a tag team title shot. Apollo Crews says that he was there. And for all these people that were apparently there, there was no video taken. There was no video camera, I guess. I don't know. They have awful security backstage at WWE, apparently. Between this and the Jade Cargill shit and everything else. Anyway, they replay the Sami Zayn win over Carmelo Hayes. We hear from Carmelo Hayes afterward. And also Sam Roberts says that Sami Zayn should have had backup because he was attacked by the Bloodline on the show. So he was saying, how does Sami Zayn, having dealt with the Bloodline now for years, how does he not know to have backup? Which is a pretty good point. But anyway, Carmelo, and also after what happened on Raw this week. So we hear from Carmelo Hayes backstage with Byron Saxton, or rather Kathy Kelly here on the SmackDown LowDown, who is more of a Raw talk girl, but I guess she was on the show tonight for whatever reason. And Carmelo Hayes says he loves being on SmackDown LowDown. He compliments Kathy Kelly, but he says, what I don't like is people like Braun Strowman getting involved in my matches. And I will keep taking shots, and in 2025, Melo won't miss. So, he was cocky here in addressing Braun Strowman, but he did come across more like a babyface than he has in the past. So I don't know if they're turning him. He's still in the midst of this feud with Braun Strowman, so it doesn't seem like they're turning him immediately, but he might be in the process of turning in the long run and becoming a babyface again for the first time since his NXT days, which wouldn't be a bad idea. He works a lot better as a heel, but it will be interesting to see if they continue along with that path and turning him babyface, or if this was just a red herring and it was just a one-off and he's not actually turning face and he just really liked being on SmackDown LowDown. I don't know. So they close out here, again, replaying the closing segment with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, previewing Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed WWE Championship in a ladder match at the Royal Rumble, and then also hyping up, once again, Nia Jax and Naomi for the WWE Women's Championship on next week's first SmackDown of 2025. So fine show here and recapping SmackDown, which was a very uneventful episode on Friday night, and also building towards the Royal Rumble and the first SmackDown of 2025, which will be 3 hours, by the way. God save us all. That will be a tough one to sit through. And maybe it will be a good show, I don't know, but SmackDown this week was not great, and that was a 2-hour show. So I worry for it being a 3-hour show starting next week. They have the roster to do it, but they got to make these shows consistently entertaining and worthwhile. Hopefully the experiment fails, so they go back to 2 hours, but that's just me. Don't want to be negative, but that's just the truth. Anyway, guys, as I've said in the past, I'm not sure if we'll continue doing the SmackDown LowDown Raw Talk reviews in the new year. Obviously, we have a Raw Talk review coming out here on the channel in 2 days, the day after Raw, on December 31st. After that, I'm not sure. Raw is going to be 3 hours again. SmackDown's going to be 3 hours. That's just a lot for me to watch those shows, and then also SmackDown LowDown and Raw Talk. We've done it for long enough. It's been almost 5 years. We've had a good run, so we might wrap up these reviews. I'm not even sure how long these shows are going to be. Like, are they still going to do them? SmackDown LowDown would air on, I guess Raw Talk is aired at 11 o'clock on Peacock, or 11 o'clock on Peacock for the last couple of years, but that's just a lot. 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown, then also 30 minutes of Raw Talk and SmackDown LowDown, respectively. That's just too much. So I probably won't continue reviewing the shows in the new year. I might watch the shows to see, all right, are they worthwhile? Is there anything different about them? But very likely this very well could end up being my final SmackDown LowDown review. Just as a heads up. If we continue doing them, then great. If not, well, this is the end of the road. And I appreciate the support for the show in the last number of years, and the times that you guys have checked out my reviews, from Talking Smack to SmackDown LowDown and everything else here on WWE Network and Chill, to which they're also not really uploading any original content anymore on Peacock from WWE. So I'll bring back Network and Chill for stuff like that, or for the occasional pay-per-view review, which used to be Wrestle Rant. We can kind of change it into WWE Network and Chill. Not exactly sure yet, but at any rate, guys, I appreciate the support. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a very happy new year in a couple of days. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.